The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Good morning, afternoon, evening. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 26th day of June 2024. We are into August. And I told you last night that I screwed up. I was supposed to do a game that I actually went to in real life, and I forgot. We are playing the games of Wednesday, August 3rd, 1988. And the Dodgers and the Reds are on the cards as you hear the lawn people behind me. Such a lovely sound and lovely smell. Cut grass and gasoline. Yum, yum, yum. The Dodgers and Reds have split the first two, by the way, of this midweek series. The Dodgers won the opener Monday. The Reds won Tuesday's game, August 2nd. And so just a half a game separates these teams. Tom Browning is on the hill for Cincinnati, and with a win, the Reds are in first place, and he will be a 15-game winner in this replay. Sean Hilligus is looking for his sixth win of the year. For the Dodgers, he's 5-2 and has pitched way over his head. When you see the stats in a moment, his ERA is 2 runs lower than it was in real life. So there you go. It is a Chamber of Commerce day here in Southern California. 79 degrees. However, it is a windy night. The wind at 18 out to left towards, I think, the sea. The right field would be the San Gabriels, and the left would be the sea. How you doing, RJL? And his Panthers, of course, won the Stanley Cup. Congratulations on that. So there you go. That's a setup for you. So it's Sean Hilligus and Tom Browning, and it's next right here on Retro Sports Network. As Retro Sports Network presents Major League Replay 1988. Today, from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California, it's the Los Angeles Dodgers and the Cincinnati Reds. And today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. And hopefully we get one out to you next week. As Dave has been working on a bunch of things and hasn't really had much of the time to do it. All right, so here you go. Tom Browning and Sean Hilligus on a beautiful night in L.A. Hilligus making his 9th start. He just has one left. He's 24 years old and is gone in a couple weeks. He might be headed towards Texas, I think. Fastball at 87, ground ball pitcher. And Hilligus, with 2 weeks to go before he goes, last pitched on the 29th, went 6 innings and a 3-1 win over the Astros. 85 pitches, 4 hits, a solo homer. He walked 2 and struck out 2. So your Mets are 10.5 up. 47 in the third innings, 32 hits, 18 runs, 11 earned, 5 homers, 15 walks, and 26 strikeouts. 5-2 with a 2.09 ERA. This will be the lineup the Reds will put up there. Herm Winningham is over from Cincinnati, or from Montreal. He'll lead off and play left. Barry Larkin at second, or short, will bat second. Chris Sabo at third will bat third. Eric Davis cleans up in center. Paul O'Neill is in right field. He'll go fifth. Ken Griffey Sr. is back. So the Reds have made some moves. He's over from Atlanta. This will be his first game back with the Reds. He'll bat sixth at first base. My goodness, this is all imports. Jeff Reed behind the plate will bat seventh. Ron Oster at second will bat eighth. And Tom Browning will bat ninth. Hilligus 100 pitches on a good day. And, yep, he's 69 for RJL coming up starting next Monday night. I wonder who's a good team in 1969. The Chicago Cubs. Kirk Gibson is a 5 and a 3 in left. John Shelby is a 5 and a 5 in center. Mike Marshall a 2 and a 6 in right. Woodson is a 3 at third. Alfredo Griffin a 7 at short. Steve Sachs a 4 at second. Pedro Guerrero, in one of his last appearances with the Dodgers, is a 3 at first. Rick Dempsey behind the plate is a 5 and a 5. And Hillegas a 6 on the mound with a .900 fielding percentage. Kind of a strange lineup here as we get ready to go. Winningham, since coming over from Montreal, at 294 and 4 RBI. Thanks. I wonder, in all seriousness, that 69 Met team is going to be hard to win with. I mean, Gil Hodges just did such a good job managing them that it's trying to move runners and scoring position and all that, because they didn't hit all that well. They pitched quite well, but hitting, and if you're going to do as played, you don't get Clendenin until midseason. Pitched to Winningham to start the ball game, a ground ball to Guerrero. Pedro underhands it to Hillegas, and that's how this one starts, 1 away. Barry Larkin at 276, 9 homers, and 37 RBI. That's right, because you also use the expanded playoffs, so the Cubs are going to get in. It's easier to win with the 86 Mets and, of course, the 88 Mets. 69 is the tricky. You've done 73, right? Their hitting wasn't the best. Oh, yeah, the Mets pitching is outstanding. Pitch to Larkin. Barry grounds this one foul, third base side, and the count is 1-2. Again to Woodson, this time in fair territory across the way, and that's an out. So Larkin is retired, 2 out for Sabo. Chris at 266 homers and 53 RBI. So he's already done better in that department than he did in real life. One of the reasons why the Reds in game 107 are right with the Dodgers. It's just one game in the loss column separating the two teams. Pitch to Sabo. Ground ball to Guerrero. PD takes it to the bag, and that will do. Half an inning in the books. No runs, no hits, no errors for the Reds. No score. So here's the lefty Tom Browning, who is making his 23rd start, 13 left. He's 14-6 with a 2.69 ERA in the replay. Second in the National League in wins, but 13th in ERA. Tom is 28, fastball at 85, and can get away with this at the cookie cutter riverfront, being an extreme fly ball pitcher. Last start came against the Padres on July 30th in a 6-2 win. In fact, my word, he started 7 times for Rose in the month of July. Nothing suspicious about that, and won all 7 starts. In fact, didn't go any less than 8 innings. So in beating the Padres on July 30th, he went 6-2. He went 8 innings, 138 pitches. Did not get the shutout officially. 6 hits, 2 walks, and 3 strikeouts. So Browning, 167 and a third, 124 hits, 61 runs, 50 of them earned, 21 homers, 35 walks, and 93 strikeouts. The lineup he'll face with the Dodgers. How you doing, Scotty? RJ, I'll finish 72, and you use the fast score as your 10-minute ticker. The Mets were under 500. Yeah, 73, though, is the one where 500 wins that division. Steve Sachs will lead off for the Dodgers. Oh, by the way, at second base, Tracy Woodson at third will bat second. Kirk Gibson in left will go third. Pedro Guerrero, again, just 5 games left to his Dodger career this time around at first. He'll clean up. Mike Marshall in right will bat fifth. John Shelby in center goes sixth. It's Rick Dempsey behind the plate. He'll bat seventh. Alfredo Griffin stirring up some sauce at short, batting eighth. And Hillegas on the mound, batting ninth. Browning has a rubber arm at 130 pitches and throws that Bugs Bunny fastball. Defensively for the Reds, Winningham over from the Expos, a 6-1 and left. Eric Davis is a 10-2. Good buddy in center field. Paul O'Neill a 5 and a 7 in right. Sabo a 7 at third. Larkin a 7 at short. Ron Oster is a 6 at second. Ken Griffey Sr. is a 6 at first. He's just over from the Braves. Reed is a 7-4 behind the plate, and Browning is a 7 on the mound with a 9.27 fielding possession. Yeah, even Pete's got his money on the Blue today. He never bet on them to lose, Scotty. He never bet on them to lose. Sacks at 291, 3 homers, 28 RBI. And Browning starts this one off, popped up left side. Larkin, that's a rainmaker on this gorgeous night in L.A., 1 out. For Tracy Woodson, hitting 278, 2 homers, and 11 RBI. Ground ball to Larkin. Barry has it, throws to first for the out. So the Reds certainly made some changes at the trading deadline. Here's Kirk Gibson at 286, 21 homers, and 70 RBI. Gibby into center field. Back goes Davis, and Eric will track that one down, and that will retire the side. Dodgers go in order. We've played 1 here at Chavez Ravine, no score. So Davis, O'Neill, and Griffey to face Hillegas here in the second. Eric at 313, 22 homers, and 81 RBI. Ground ball to Griffin. Alfredo has it, throws to Guerrero, 1 out. For Paul O'Neill, hitting 260, 10 homers, and 47 RBI. Let's go Reds. Uh-oh, no fighting in the chat now. O'Neill, ground ball left side. Griffin should have had it, and that's the first base runner of the ballgame for either team. So Griffin, better known as a shortstop for the Blue Jays before Tony Fernandez came in the fold. Couldn't get a good stop on that. And here's Ken Griffey. Over from Atlanta, will hit 280 for the Dodgers, or the Reds, in short duty. 2 homers and 4 RBI. Hillegas deals, and that's laced into right center. Shelby motors over and will make the catch, 2 out. Here's Jeff Reed over from Le Expo. Reed at 192 with a double. Throw to first, and O'Neill is back. These two teams have split the first 2 in this midweek special from L.A. And Reed draws the walk. So first and second for the Reds. 3-1 fastball missed upstairs. Here's Oster. Ron hasn't had a lot of playing time. 324 and 37 at-bats and 4 RBI. Base hit left center field. Shelby will throw it back in. O'Neill scores. Reed scores on the Oster double. And just like that, with 2 out here in the second, it's 2-0 Cincinnati. So Oster got a lot of that one, and that must have bounced all the way to the wall. Shelby threw it in, but Oster was safe by a mile. Here's Browning at 128 and 2 RBI. Not the start the Dodgers wanted. And Browning walks. So the Beer League walk on a 3-1 curveball. So the opening 9 for Hillegas, 34 pitches. That's not bad. An inning and 2/3, 2 hits, 2 walks, and both the runs are earned. Winningham is 0 for 1. Lines this one into right for a base hit. So the bases are loaded. Is Oster going to try and score on Marshall? He will, and the Reds go up 3-0 here in the second inning. So the truck driver is happy, the goat farmer is not. Here's Barry Larkin, he's 0 for 1. Browning, for a pitcher, has good speed. And Hillegas has lost the script here in the second. Ground ball to Guerrero. PD will take it to the bag, but the damage is done. The Reds get 3 runs on 3 hits and no errors. And as we go to the bottom of the second inning here in L.A., it's the Reds 3, the Dodgers nothing. So Guerrero, Marshall, and Shelby to face Browning here in the second. PD at 302, 4 homers, and 28 RBI. Left field, Winningham, 1 out. For Mike Marshall, hitting .283, 14 homers, and 67 RBI. Dave's wife, by the way, continues to improve. Been transferred from one room to the other, to another. And despite being in a lot of pain, things are looking in the right direction after her procedure. I gave you Marshall's numbers. Mike in the left field, Winningham running over, puts the glove in the seats and makes the catch, 2 out. John Shelby at .274, 5 homers and 35 RBI. We're with you, by the way, Friday 11:30 for a doubleheader between the Twins and the Yankees from the big old ballpark in the Bronx. Pitch to Shelby. Gets away from Reed on strike 3. The throw down to Griffey, and that will do. No runs, no hits, no errors. And after 2 here at Dodger Stadium, it's the Reds 3, Los Angeles nothing. So Sabo, Davis, and O'Neill here in the third. Chris is 0 for 1. Struck him out. So after a bad second, Hillegas gets his first. K on a 2-2 curve. Brings up Eric Davis, who's 0 for 1. Popped up, center field. Shelby tracks it down. That wind is shifted down from right to left at 15. And there are 2 outs for O'Neill. Paul singled and drove in a run in that busy second inning, which has Scotty just kind of apoplectic in the chat. Left field, opposite way, Gibson's there, and that will retire the side. Reds go in order in the third. After 2.5, no runs, no hits, no errors. It's the Reds 3, the Dodgers nothing. So Dempsey, Griffin, and Hillegas to face Browning here in the third. Rick at .255, a home run and 8 RBI. Ground ball to Larkin, over to Griffey for the out, 1 away. Alfredo Griffin at .239, 3 triples, and 11 RBI. In the right field, O'Neill will corral it, 2 out. For Hillegas, who is 1 for 13. And has struck out 7 times. Browning working quite quickly here with 2 out in the third. It's a ground ball left side, base hit. So the first Dodger base runner is the pitcher. Of course it is. So the opening 9 for Browning. 31 pitches, 2 2/3. A single and a strikeout. And here is Steve Sachs. He's 0 for 1. Struck him out. So Browning gets out of it. He got Sachs to chase a hard fastball, and that'll do it. No runs, a hit. The Dodgers leave on a runner. We go to the fourth here at Dodger Stadium. It's the Reds 3, Los Angeles nothing. So Griffey, Reed, and Oster to face Hillegas here in the fourth. Ken is 0 for 1. Little ground ball down to third. Woodson has it, throws to Guerrero, and Griffey beat it out. So the old man gets a single. Hillegas just kind of shakes his head. Reed walked and scored in the second. And he'll strike out now on a full count cutter. Got him looking. Not sure what he was looking for. Hillegas doesn't throw it much harder than that. So here's Ron Oster. It is second double of the year in the second. And is now driven in 6. Chopper down to Sachs. Griffin for one. He'll go to Guerrero, and that is a 4-6-3 double play. So the Reds get a hit, and then is erased on the double play, and after 3.5, it's the Reds 3, the Dodgers nothing. And so here are the stats in stories and standings. The Mets by 10. But they don't have the best record. The Dodgers and the Reds a half game apart. And see where Jack Morris one hit the Rangers on the 31st. The American League, the Red Sox by 2 over Toronto, 3.5 over the Yankees, Detroit 4, Milwaukee 4.5. So the train ride continues for those 5 teams. Kansas City within a shot of Minnesota. They are playing over their head too. And the A's are 9.5 back. And someone last night said, well, the A's are about to go on a run. And then Seattle promptly shut them out 9-0, so they didn't get that. So the A's have played 104 games, and Minnesota's going to have to start losing because the Twins are winning at a 663 clip. The Dodgers are tied for the National League in hitting at 262. Have the best ERA in the National League at 3.01. And the Reds, Cubs, and Padres all have the best fielding at 9.80. It wasn't John. Yes, it was. I believe it was. Tracy Woodson is 0 for 1. Browning starts the 4th. Fly ball. Left center. Davis will make the catch. 1 out. Kirk Gibson is 0 for 1. Browning just in full control here so far. Struck him out. That's 3. An 0-2 fastball, and Gibby looked right at it. The thing is, Browning doesn't throw that hard. He's mid-80s on that fastball, and you can certainly not be surprised thinking that runners or batters thinking they're about to get a changeup when it is the straight four-seamer. Here's Guerrero. Petey is 0 for 1. Ground ball left side, base hit. So Guerrero has a single. Only the second hit for the Dodgers. 2 out for Mike Marshall, who is 0 for 1. Fly ball left field. Winningham runs in the corner, makes the catch, and that'll do. So the Dodgers get a hit, and that's it. No runs, no errors. They've left on 2, and after 4, it's Cincinnati 3, LA nothing. So Browning, Winningham, and Larkin here in the 5th. Tom has walked. Hillegas, maybe one more inning. He's due up 4th in the bottom of the 5th. Right field, Marshall coming in, 1 out. So 18 batters for deep for Winningham. Hillegas at 72 pitches. 4 in the 3rd. 4 hits, 2 walks, 2 strikeouts, and all 3 runs are earned. Winningham 1 for 2. Drove home a run in the 2nd. Struck him out. So 2-2 in there at the knees, and there's 2 out for Larkin. Barry is 0 for 2. The Dodger crowd is sitting on their hands, staying quiet. Larkin into right center. Shelby will track that one down, and halfway home, on a day I get a brand new chair. How about that? It's the Reds 3, the Dodgers nothing. Oops. And I'll tell you what, it's very helpful when you don't hit the wrong button. there we go. Once again, halfway home on a Wednesday afternoon, the YouTube game of the week. Reds 3, Dodgers nothing. Well, if you joined us late, here's how we got here. I hope that was 30 seconds. 3-0 Cincinnati as goats are flinging things at me. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors for the Reds. The Dodgers have been limited to 2 hits. In the second, Ron Oster a 2-run double to make it 2-0, and then Winningham with an RBI single to score Oster to make it 3-0. Tom Browning throwing a 2-hitter. He has struck out 3. Hillegas, 4 hits through 5. He might, well, it depends if he bats here in the 5th. 3 runs all earned. He's walked 2 and struck out 3. So John Shelby struck out his first time up. Dempsey and Griffin to follow. Line drive to Sabo, 1 out. Dempsey, 0 for 1. Dempsey worked as a pregame co-host for the 1985 American League Championship Series. He worked with Dick Enberg. And in one of the games, they're talking about rule changes and such for the upcoming season. And Dempsey donned a face mask and was the hidden player. He didn't want any retribution from the umpires, so Dempsey did a hidden player trick. That was pretty funny. Pitch to Rick. Long gone, left field, and it's a 2-run game. So Dempsey homers off the foul pole in left field, and it's 3-1. Second home run for Dempsey on the season. And Winningham just ran out of real estate. Just the 3rd hit for the Dodgers. Alfredo Griffin is 0 for 1. Slow ground ball to Oster. Ron throws to first, and Griffin is retired. So 2 out. There's nobody on, so we'll let him hit. See if we can milk another 3 outs from Hillegas. In the left center, Davis running in, rides a Schwinn, makes the catch, and that'll do. But Rick Dempsey with a solo home run puts the Dodgers on the board. We go to the 6th. It's the Reds 3, the Dodgers 1. So Sabo, Davis, and O'Neill to face Hillegas here in the 6th. Chris has struck out. He's 0 for 2. And the chat has grown quiet. Sabo into left field. Gibson, 1 out. For Eric Davis, who's 0 for 2. Struck him out. So Davis checked his swing on an 0-2 fastball, and they said he went around. So Hillegas, given the benefit of the doubt, has gotten the first 2 here in the 6th. For Paul O'Neill, who was 1 for 2, he has singled and scored in the 2nd. Lines this one to first. Guerrero can't get there. So somebody from Cucamonga made that catch, and the count is a ball and 2 strikes. Ground ball right side, a base hit. So O'Neill has his 2nd hit of the ball game. And that'll bring up Ken Griffey Sr., who singled. He's 1 for 2. Last batter either way, I think, for Hillegas. Dempsey says, just slow down. You got this. Let's get out of it. Left center field. Back goes Gibson. Way back there. And off the top of the wall. O'Neill will round third and score. Griffey is in with his first double with the Reds in his first game. Welcome back, Ken Griffey. It's 4-1 Cincinnati. And so Tommy Lasorda is going to have to go to his pen. And he's going to grab Brian Holton. So Holton in, Hilligus out. We got a pitching change. This game coming to you from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. So Holton making his 36th appearance. He's 29 years old. Fastball 88 and a ground ball plus pitcher. He has not pitched as well as he did in real life. 4-4, that's not the bad part. The ERA, however, is over 2 and almost 2 4/10 higher than real life. It's 409 in the replay and 170 in real life. He hasn't pitched in a few days. He last went Saturday against the Astros in a 6-3 win. He went inning and 2/3, 25 pitches, 2 hits, a run it was earned, and a walk. So overall for Holton, 44 innings, 53 hits, 22 runs, 20 of those earned, a home run. He's walked 18 and struck out 23. So Griffey with a kind of a nasty grin on his face stands on second. Jeff Reed has walked, struck out, and scored. He's 0 for 1. Holton's pitch. Slow chopper to Guerrero, PD to the bag himself, and that will take care of business. However, the Reds get a run on 2 hits. They've only left on 3, and if they win this game, they're in first place. They lead it 4-1. So top of the lineup for the Dodgers here to face Browning, who really is a tough customer. Looking for his 15th win of the replay. Sachs is 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Browning 67 pitches, 5 innings, 18 batters, 3 hits. The home run was Rick Dempsey's. He has struck out 3. Make that 4 as Sachs cuts on and misses a 1-2 fastball. Again, Browning's fastball topping out at 83. And it just comes out of his hand looking like a changeup. Here's Tracy Woodson. He's 0 for 2. Base hit center field. So Dodger fans looking for something to cheer. Here's Gibson. Gibby is 0 for 2 with a K. Right field, but shallow. O'Neill coming in, makes the catch, and Woodson has to go back to first. You guys are really quiet today. Guerrero 1 for 2. PD has a single. Friday, 11:30 on Twitch. The Twins and the Yankees, a big old doubleheader from the ballpark in the Bronx. Fly ball, left field. Winningham makes the catch, and that will retire the side. Dodgers get a hit, leave them on after 6, 4-1 Reds. So Oster, 1 for 2 with a double. Drove home 2 in the second. Was also grounded into a double play. Fly ball, left field. Gibby, opposite way, 1 out. Reds obviously are going to keep Browning in the ball game with 1 out here in the 7th and a 4-1 lead. Struck him out. First for Holton. A 1-2 fastball got him to chase. Dempsey dropped it for a moment, then made the tag. 2 away for Winningham. Herm 1 for 3. He has singled driven in a run, and struck out. Ground ball to Griffin. Alfredo has it. Winningham has good speed, but the throw beats him. Stretch time, 4-1 Reds. So Mike Marshall steps up. He's 0 for 2. These two teams have played now 9 times. So they're halfway through their regular season schedule against each other. And the Dodgers have won 6 of the 8. And including all 3 in Cincinnati. Here at Dodger Stadium, it's 3-2 in favor of the Dodgers. So they didn't even play until the middle of June. Dodgers took the opener of this 3-game set 3-2. Belcher beat Danny Jackson, and then Jose Rio shut down the Dodgers and Tim Leary last night. Mike Marshall's 0 for 2. Yeah, it is a quiet day. You guys have only got 4 hits. Griffey to the bag, 1 out. So Browning, there's a number of people, if Oral Hershiser doesn't close his season, and he's got to be close to where he starts that streak. You know, Denny Jackson, Browning, Gooden. There's so many good pitchers in the National League. John Shelby's 0 for 2 with a K. To third, Sabo's got it over to Griffey, and that is 2 out. For Rick Dempsey, who has the lone Dodger run, he homered off the foul pole in the 5th. He'll get another base hit. That one's past Larkin into left field. So a 2-out single for Alfredo Griffin. Alfredo is 0 for 2. Gets away from Reed, and Dempsey moves up 90 feet. So a wild pitch. And it's a 2-2 count to Alfredo Griffin. Browning deals. Ground ball to third. Sabo's got it over to Griffey. And the Dodgers go in the 7th. Dempsey is left on. No runs, a hit, and no errors. They've left on 4. We head to the 8th. Brian Holton gets the inning. It's 4-1 Reds. So Larkin, Sabo, and Davis to face Holton here in the 8th. Barry is 0 for 3. Make it 1 for 4 as that's extra bases. Shelby got a terrible jump on it out in the alley, and Larkin is in the second standing with his 24th double. So it's rally cap time if you're a Dodger fan. The Reds are in first with a win. Here's Sabo. Chris is 0 for 3 with a strikeout. Dempsey goes out to calm down Holton. Brian deals. Ground ball to Guerrero. Petey takes it to the bag for the out. And Barry moves on to third. So 1 out. Now you got to play him in. You're going to pitch to Davis, who's 0 for 3 with a K. Got him. A 1-2 fastball, a hard swing, and there was just enough movement for that ball to tail away. 2 out. That's a big out. Here's O'Neill. Paulie has scored twice. He has singled twice. He's 2 for 3. Got him. So Holton with a fist bump He got O'Neill to chase an 0-2 fastball, and we played 7.5. No runs, a hit. The Reds have left on 4, and they lead 4-1. So who can hit a lefty? Mickey Hatcher. As a pinch hitter, hitting .250 with 9 RBI. Overall, .311, a homer, and 24 RBI. Browning starts the 8th. Ground ball to Larkin. Barry's got it. Throws to Griffey. 1 out. I'm sure for these Reds, as they're reintroduced to the big red machine, I mean, Perez is over at some point. You got Pete Rose in the dugout. It must have been an awe. Of course, it was Piniella who got him to the promised land in 90. Steve Sachs is 0 for 3. He has struck out twice. Tom Browning, 103 pitches, 27 batters, 7 in the 3rd innings, 5 hits, the home run to Dempsey, and 4 Ks. Popped up. Reed doffs the mask. Waits. Has it. 2 out. For Tracy Woodson, who is 1 for 3. Draws the walk. A 2-out walk. For Kirk Gibson. Kirk struck out. He's 0 for 3. So Browning trying to get the complete game here. Needs 4 more outs. 4-1 Reds here in the 8th. 4-7-0 for Cincinnati. They have left on 4. The Dodgers, 1 run, 5 hits, and no errors, and they have left on 4. And again, it is a quiet, stunned crowd here at the ballpark. Pitch, well, Reed and Browning have a word. Gibson waits. Here's the pitch. Ball 4. So the tying run comes to the plate in Pedro Guerrero. PD is 1 for 3. He has himself a single. And Rose starts to grumble in the Cincinnati dugout. Browning only lost 5 in real life. He's dropped 6 in the replay. Pitch to Guerrero in the left center. Back goes Davis, away back there and gone. And Guerrero hits his 5th of the year, and the Dodgers have tied this game at 4. 399 feet. He may be headed for St. Louis, but right now he's still bleeding Dodger blue. That is in the camera well out there in left center. And Browning just takes a look towards the dugout, and Rose just kind of gives him a dirty look back. Well, okay, is what we're hearing. So here's Marshall. Mike is 0 for 3. Gets away from Reed on strike 3. The throw down to Griffey, and that will do. So, Pedro Guerrero's 3-run homer has made this an interesting ball game. After 8, it's the Dodgers 4, the Reds 4. So it will be Alejandro Pena to get the 9th for the Dodgers, making his 43rd appearance. He's 5-3 with a 2.57 ERA. He is 29 years old. Fastball at 92 and a ground ball plus pitcher. Slow last pitch on July 29th against the Astros. He went 2 innings in a 3-1 win to get the save. He threw 25 pitches and just a hit with 2 strikeouts. 56 innings, 53 hits, 19 runs, 16 earned. He's allowed 2 homers. He's walked 12 and struck out 51. His last win came against the Cardinals on July 19th. So Griffey, Reed, Oster, and the pitcher spot here in the ninth. Ken, in his Cincinnati debut, what would that be, a reprise? His second debut? His comeback. Anyway, he's 2 for 3. A single, double, driven in a run. Line drive, foul, first base side. And somebody from Oceanside made that catch. It's 2-2. Ground ball to Guerrero. Petey's there. 1 out. Here's Jeff Reed. Jeff has walked, struck out, and scored. He's 0 for 2. Chopper down to sack. Steve has time. Throws to first. 2 out. So here's Oster. Ron 1 for 3. A double. Drove in 2 in the second and scored. It'll be Shelby, Dempsey, and Griffin scheduled in the ninth for the Dodgers. And Cal Daniels, keeping the fires burning, will pinch hit. So Rose goes to his bench. As a pinch hitter, Cal at .333 and an RBI overall. Doesn't he look so happy in that picture? Honestly, it looks like he drank the bong water in it. Hitting .299, 15 homers, and 61 RBI. Pena, a deep breath. Wind's now blowing out to dead center at 15. They're feeling it at that 76 station behind those hedges. Daniel swings. That's into left. Gibson will make the catch, and that'll do. Hey, Rob Dibble's coming in to pitch. We got a pitching change. This game coming to you from Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles. So Dibble, known for his gentlemanly demeanor and good temperament, is 24. He throws the fastball at 95 and a ground ball pitcher, making his 18th appearance. 3-1 for the Reds. Last pitched on the 31st against the Padres, and they got to him. Over an inning, 27 pitches, 3 hits. All the 3 runs were earned. 20 2/3 innings, 18 hits, 10 runs, 8 earned. He's walked 10 and struck out 18. It'll be Shelby, Dempsey, and Griffin here in the ninth to face Dibble. John is 0 for 3 with a K. Struck him out. Dibble got him on a 1-2 fastball at 96. So 1 out for Dempsey, who is 2 for 3. He has a solo homer. His second of the year. That came in the 5th. Struck him out. A 1-2 changeup on the outside corner. Excuse me. 2 out for Alfredo Griffin, who's 0 for 3. So Dibble has a good morning and a good afternoon. And if he can get Griffin, it'll be good night. He winds and fires. Popped up Jeff Treadway, the new second baseman, coming in by the Dodger dugout. That's going to hit the roof and bounce in. So Dibble is put in the 7 hole, and Treadway on the double switch will hit 9th. He's a 6 out there. So if the Dodgers do not score, he will lead off the 10th. Pitch to Griffin. Struck him out. Dibble takes care of the side. What'd you expect from these two teams? No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to free baseball after 9. Reds 4, Dodgers 4. So Pena gets a second inning. Treadway hitting .246. 2 homers and 27 RBI. Left center, Shelby. 1 out. for Herm Winningham, who's 1 for 4. Gardner ball. Herm has an RBI, a single, and a strikeout. And Nick Asaski is going to pinch hit. Asaski is a pinch hitter hitting 111. That's not good. Overall, 256, 15 homers, and 53 RBI. You kind of have to wonder if he'll play first. Struck him out. Pena got him to swing on an 0-2. So 2 out for Larkin. Berry 1 for 4, a double. It'll be pinch hitter Sachs and Woodson for the Dodgers in the 10th. Larkin, a ground ball to Woodson, goes to Guerrero, and the Reds go in order. So Pena, a good 2 innings. No runs, no hits, and no errors. And we go to the bottom of the 10th. It's 4-4. So who can hit a righty? Mike Scioscia. Out goes Dibble. In comes Rob Murphy. And that backfired on me spectacularly. Scioscia does not have a pinch hit. Overall, hitting 223, 3 homers, and 35 RBI. Murphy, the lefty, 49th appearance. He is 4-3 with a 3.38 ERA. Rob is 28, fastball at 95, and a ground ball pitcher. He went Monday night in the Dodger 3-2 win. Did not factor in the decision. Went 1 inning, 20 pitches, a hit, and a walk. So Murphy, 53 1/3, 57 hits, 22 runs, 20 of them earned, a home run. He has walked 27 and struck out 50. He hasn't struck out a man, however, in almost 2 weeks. Base hit right field, so the winning run is on, and nobody out here in the 10th. You know, Sachs can't bunt, and Scioscia really can't hit and run with. Also, Sachs has struck out twice. He's 0 for 4. So the winning run is on. Let's hope it's not the same as last night if you're a Dodger fan. The Red Sox left on 5 in extra innings, but I'm not bitter or anything like that. And they're lost to the Brewers. Ground ball right side, base hit. So Scioscia will stop at second. He is the winning run. Sachs gets the Adirondack chair. And Franklin Stubbs is going to pinch run for Mike Scioscia. So the Dodgers have a jetpack on second, nobody out for Woodson, who's going to drop one down. He does, and it rolls foul. And the count is 0-2. Woodson thought he had a hit. So Stubbs goes back to second. Sachs on first. You've got enough speed on the bags to think you're at Edwards Air Force Base. Pitch to Woodson, who's got a swing now. That's into right field for a base hit. Stubbs is going to round third. O'Neill has a good arm, but the ball game is over. Franklin Stubbs just rounded third, and there was no throw home. The Dodgers remain in first place with a walk-off extra inning 5-4 win. So 3 hours and 21 fake minutes as Rob Murphy runs down the clubhouse steps to avoid the glare from Pete Rose. So the Dodgers moved to 63-43 in a game-and-a-half lead in the West. 5 runs, 9 hits, no errors, and they left on 4. The Reds 4 runs, 7 hits, no errors, never a doubt, I'm being told, and they left on 4. Hilligus 5 2/3, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned, walking 2 and striking out 4. The Dodger penned 4 1/3 shutout innings. Holton fanned 3. Pena goes to 6 3, retiring, getting 2 innings of perfect ball. He faced 6 and retired 6. Rob Murphy does not retire a batter. He goes to 4 4. Browning, the tough luck, no decision. 8 innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, all earned. Guerrero, who's your digital nice player of the game, drove in 3. That came in the 8th with his home run. And Dempsey, a solo shot in the 5th. Dibble struck out the side in the 9th. So as this all repopulates, the Red Sox leads 3.5. So the rest of this Wednesday in baseball for you. This 3rd day of August, the Astros beat the Giants 7-3. Mike Scott 10-7. Price falls to 4-2. Billy Doran 3 for 5 with a stolen base. California beat Seattle 6-3. Kirk McCaskill goes to 8-8. Mark Langston falls to 10-7. And Brian Harvey picks up his 9th save. The Red Sox beat the Rangers 6-3. Lee Smith gets the win 7-6. Bobby Witt 4-6. Dwight Evans hits his 18th, goes 1 for 3, drives in 3. Expos beat the Pirates 3-1. Pascual Perez 7-5. John Smiley goes to 10-6. Tim Burke picks up his 20th save. Fred McGriff 3 for 5, drives in 5, 3 doubles. The Blue Jays pound out 16 hits as they beat the Twins 11-4. Cleveland doubles up Baltimore 4-2. Rodriguez 2-2. Time to get rid of that bum Guerrero. That's right. Jeff Ballard falls to 4-9. Doug Jones picks up his 15th save. Bobby Ojeda beats Rick Sutcliffe 3-2. Ojeda 12-4. Sutcliffe 8-11. Howard Johnson 2 for 3. 15th homer and hits a double. The Phillies beat the Cardinals 3-2. Gross 11-9. Force falls to 4-5, but Drozian picks up his 20th save. A's get a game back on the Twins. They beat the White Sox 8-1. Bob Welch 11-8. Long falls to 2-8. Canseco 4 for 5. It's his 27th and drives in 3. Milwaukee doubles up the Yankees 6-3. Wegman 9-7. Dave Island 0-1. Paul Molitor 2 for 4. His 9th of the year and drives in 2. Bo Jackson 4 for 5. Hits 2 homers. He now has 14. Drives in 5. The Royals pound out 24 hits. And Brett Saberhagen beats Frank Tanana 18-3. Pat Tabler also had 4 hits. And last but not least, the Padres commit 4 errors and lose to the Braves 10-0. And that'll do it. I'm Ron Juckett. Thank you so much for watching. We're with you Friday on Twitch at 11:30 for the Twins and the Yankees. They'll play too. Thank you so much for watching. We'll talk to you then. So long, everybody.